Hello and welcome. You know, for so many of us, our later years are painted as this time of peace and relaxation. We imagine ourselves rocking on porches, grandkids swarming around. And while that's true for some, it's not the whole picture, is it? The truth is, many seniors are facing a different reality, a reality where loneliness casts a long shadow. Loneliness, that feeling of being unseen, unheard, disconnected, it's something we've all experienced at some point. But for seniors, it can become an unwelcome companion, impacting their well-being in profound ways. We're talking about physical health, emotional health, even how they experience their golden years. It's something we can't ignore. So today, we're going to shine a light on this issue. We're going to talk about why loneliness affects so many seniors, the very real concerns it raises, and most importantly, what we can do to bring back the sunshine. This isn't just about extending years, it's about enriching lives. So let's dive in together. You see, aging often brings with it a cascade of changes, some welcome, some not so much. It's these changes, often difficult and unexpected, that can pave the way for loneliness to take hold. Think about it. Retirement, for many, marks the end of a career, a routine, a built-in social network. Suddenly, those morning coffees with colleagues, those shared successes and challenges, they're gone. That sense of purpose, of belonging, can start to fade. And then there's the physical aspect. As we age, our bodies change. We might not be as mobile as we once were, making it harder to get out and about, to engage in the activities we love, to meet new people, or even stay connected with old friends. Those limitations can feel like invisible walls, cutting us off from the world we knew. Let's not forget about loss. As we get older, we lose loved ones, friends, spouses. That grief, that emptiness, it runs deep. It's like a part of you is missing, and sometimes it feels like no one else can truly understand the depth of that loss. And when you're grieving, it's easy to withdraw, to isolate yourself, even when what you crave most is connection. Then there's the issue of relocation. Maybe you've had to move in with family, or maybe you've transitioned to an assisted living facility. These moves, while often necessary, can be incredibly disruptive. You're leaving behind your home, your neighborhood, all those familiar faces at the grocery store, the library, the park. Building new connections takes time, energy, and let's face it, sometimes it's just plain hard. And we can't talk about loneliness in seniors without acknowledging the digital divide. In this increasingly tech-driven world, staying connected often means navigating smartphones, social media, video calls. But for many seniors, these technologies are unfamiliar, intimidating, even inaccessible. And when you can't connect with loved ones online, that feeling of isolation can be amplified. But it's not just external factors. Sometimes loneliness stems from within. As we age, our self-perception can change. We might struggle with feelings of inadequacy, worry about being a burden on others, or simply feel invisible in a world that seems to prioritize youth. These internal struggles can make it hard to reach out, to let others in, to forge those connections that are so vital to our well-being. Now, I know some might say, well, loneliness is just a part of getting older, but I'm here to tell you that's simply not true. Loneliness isn't an inevitable consequence of aging. It's a condition that deserves our attention, our compassion, and our action. Because the truth is, loneliness doesn't discriminate. It can affect anyone, regardless of age, background, or social status. We've talked about the many faces of loneliness, but now let's talk about its impact. Because here's the thing, loneliness isn't just an emotional state, it has real, tangible consequences for seniors' health and well-being. When we ignore loneliness, we're not just overlooking a feeling, we're neglecting a serious health concern. You see, studies have shown a direct link between loneliness and a weakened immune system. It's like loneliness opens the door for illness, making seniors more susceptible to colds, infections, even chronic conditions like heart disease. It's like the body, starved of connection, starts to shut down, losing its ability to fight back. And then there's the impact on mental health. Loneliness can be a breeding ground for depression, anxiety, even cognitive decline. Think about it, when you're constantly grappling with feelings of isolation, it's hard to find the energy or motivation to engage in life, to care for yourself, to stay mentally sharp. It's like loneliness slowly chips away at your spirit, leaving you feeling hopeless and lost. And let's not forget about the impact on sleep. Loneliness can disrupt sleep patterns, leading to insomnia, restlessness, and poor sleep quality. And when you're not sleeping well, it affects everything. Your mood suffers, your energy plummets, and it becomes even harder to break free from the cycle of loneliness. It's like loneliness traps you in a state of perpetual exhaustion, making it impossible to find relief. But the impact of loneliness extends beyond physical and mental health. It can also affect seniors' ability to live independently. When you're lonely, everyday tasks can feel overwhelming. Simple things like cooking a meal, running errands, or even getting dressed can become monumental challenges. And as those challenges mount, seniors might start to withdraw further, isolating themselves even more and increasing their risk of falls, malnutrition, and other health complications. It's a vicious cycle. And, loneliness can also lead to increased healthcare costs. Think about it. When seniors are lonely, they're more likely to experience health problems, which means more doctor's visits, more hospitalizations, and more reliance on medication. And those costs, they add up, not just for the individual, but for the healthcare system as a whole. We've covered a lot of heavy stuff, haven't we? But I want to be clear, this isn't about dwelling on the negative. This is about understanding the problem so we can start creating solutions. Because here's the good news. Loneliness is not a life sentence. There are things we can do as individuals, as communities, as a society to combat loneliness and support our seniors. One of the most powerful antidotes to loneliness is, quite simply, connection. Encouraging seniors to stay socially active is crucial. This could mean joining a senior center, volunteering in their community, taking a group fitness class, or simply making an effort to connect with friends and neighbors. It's about creating opportunities for interaction, for shared experiences, for laughter and conversation. And, sometimes technology can be a bridge, not a barrier. Helping seniors navigate the digital world can open up a whole new realm of connection. Think about video calls with grandkids, online book clubs, or even just sending a quick email to a friend. It's about empowering seniors to use technology to stay connected, to combat isolation, and to bridge the distance between loved ones. But it's not just about staying busy, it's about finding purpose. Encouraging seniors to explore their passions, to pursue hobbies, to engage in meaningful activities can reignite that spark of joy, that sense of purpose that might have dimmed over time. Whether it's painting, gardening, writing, or volunteering, finding an outlet for creativity and passion can be incredibly life-affirming. And let's not underestimate the power of touch. A simple hug, a gentle touch on the arm, it can speak volumes. Encouraging physical touch, whether it's from family, friends, or caregivers, can release oxytocin, that feel-good hormone that promotes bonding and reduces stress. It's about reminding seniors that they are loved, valued, and connected. But sometimes overcoming loneliness requires professional help. Therapy can provide seniors with a safe space to process their emotions, develop coping mechanisms, and build self-esteem. Support groups can connect seniors with others who understand their experiences, fostering a sense of community and belonging. It's about recognizing that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. And, we can all play a role in combating loneliness. Checking in on elderly neighbors, volunteering at senior centers, or simply offering a listening ear can make a world of difference. It's about fostering a culture of compassion, of looking out for one another, of recognizing that we all crave connection regardless of age. As we wrap up our conversation today, I hope you're left with a sense of hope. Loneliness may be a reality for many seniors, but it doesn't have to be their defining story. By understanding the causes, recognizing the concerns, and most importantly, taking action, we can make a real difference in the lives of our elderly loved ones and in our communities as a whole. Remember, combating loneliness is a shared responsibility. It requires empathy, understanding, and a commitment to staying connected. Whether it's reaching out to an isolated neighbor, volunteering our time at a senior center, or simply having open conversations about loneliness with our own families, we can all play a part in creating a more caring and connected world for our seniors. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Let's continue the conversation, let's support each other, and let's work together to ensure that our seniors feel seen, heard, valued, and loved. Because everyone, regardless of age, deserves to live a life filled with connection, purpose, and joy.